What's up, good mob, good militia, we in this shit. You're K.A. We back in this thing. K too good to sleep with a cut up patron you want to turn. Let's get right into news. I'm joking. Anyways, let's talk some shit real quick. We here to talk about Joe Budden, Joseph Anthony Budden. Yes. So Joe Budden basically debunks reports about the freedom of Drake's licensing deal. So where is this coming from? If you've been living under a rock or you just don't know what the fuck Joe's talking about. We all know Joe and Drake, I don't know, they have a little history. I don't know if they friends. I don't know when they enemies. I don't know. It's just light-skinned nigga problems. I don't know what it is. They got little issues and beef. With that being said, basically why this conversation did happen is of recently, I think like a week or 2 weeks ago, whenever the fuck it was, Drake dropped 100 gigs for your head top. He just dropped the website and we had all this shit. He dropped the 3 songs. It's Up, Red, Blue, Green, and the song with Lotto. Forgot the name of the song. And then he had like stuff of like shows and him in the studio recording certain shit. Yada yada yada. He dropped the shit. And then with him dropping the shit, basically it came out that Universal wasn't happy about it. He didn't get no clearance to do that and was confused. You know, they were confused about it. What the fuck is going on? Later on, it appeared on streaming platforms, done 3 songs, and it was what it was. And he's saying that basically, yeah, Drake is a partner or whatever. He has this big deal with them. But regardless if he's a partner and he gets some of his masters, if you don't know, when you're an artist and you get your masters, it's a big deal because once you have the masters, when you own the masters, you could do whatever you want with the song at that point. That's why a lot of artists want to keep their masters. Basically, what Joseph Budden is saying is basically, even though he has his masters, they have licensing. So yeah, you have your masters, you could do whatever. Like, yeah, you have the song, yeah, you put it out. You still have to get the clearance and the licensing from us to do this and do that. So, yeah, the labels have more leniency now. Or, like, yeah, you can have your masters. We don't need that shit as a partnership. But, yeah, if you want to take it over there, yeah, by all means, take it over there and try to make a deal for yourself. But if we don't clear it, us being the label that you're signed to, it's not going to happen, buddy. That's why at some point when you be seeing people like Nipsey Hussle and even Russ preaching independence, you gotta respect it at some point. Especially Russ, because Russ was in the label system for like a year or 2 for a couple of albums. And then he got back out and continued on his independent like grind. So you do gotta respect it at the end of the day. But yeah, man. Hey, I've been told y'all niggas, I always tell y'all niggas, these record labels is shiesty as hell. This is not a surprise to me. They found a new loophole. We seen that. Remember that battle with NBA Youngboy wanting to buy back his masters or wanting a couple of his masters back, and he didn't want to fuck with Atlantic because he wanted some of his masters back so his kids could do whatever have you. And I'm pretty sure if you get your masters back, negotiation wise and splits wise, it does change the conversation. But yeah, remember that whole thing. So again, now depending on what type of artist you was, like, I think it's Sony, bro. You telling me they have like MJ's Masters or whatever the fuck that shit alone keeps the lights on at Sony. I believe it's Sony. Nigga, Michael Jackson? Anyways, regardless, let's talk about it. So, Joe Budden says fans are being misled. I wouldn't be surprised. Especially with AI. Yo, I'm telling you, at some point, bro, AI, like, not like the prominent artists, but some of these artists, we see how they be doing the, like, little concerts on Fortnite and shit. Yo, they gonna get rid of some of these niggas, bro. I'm telling you. Like, that FNN Mecca, like, that AI artist, like, bro, that was, like, the prototype. They gonna get rid of, like, bro, I'm telling you, the record labels, bro, they gonna cut a lot of these artists. They gonna keep, like, the big names. The big name niggas, they gonna keep them. But then they just gonna computerize all these other niggas, bro. And these niggas gonna come. I'm telling you, bro, the way fucking technology is moving, bro, all this shit. Remember that game, Detroit Become Human? Now, again, the reason I hold that game up with high regard is, bro, it really spoke the future. Like, again, Android, we might get to that point of androids or robots walking around. Like, to the point, like, bro, humans just at home. It was mostly androids working. Yeah, you had like 1, 2 humans in there. But it was mostly androids was in there. Niggas serving niggas, doing whatever they want. Like, bro, androids were nurses, right, bro? The older people, bro, android go over there. Like, bro, I'm telling you, it's gonna get to that point. We're kind of seeing it with the music game, bro. Anyways, Joe has sought out to clarify what he believes to be one of the biggest myths in the music industry. He says artists like Drake who have reportedly retained more freedom by entering into a partnership with a record label are being misled. Budden began to cite a specific report that claimed Drake inked a licensing deal with UMG that gives him full control over the creative direction of his music and when he releases it. I want to let the audience and anybody listening know that that is one of the biggest myths in the music industry, is pushing upon naive and ignorant people today. Don't get me wrong, does Drake have the basic deal that some of these other artists have? No. He probably gets some special, some special things in the deal or some special stuff, you know what I'm saying? Better splits, of course. But, again, as we can see with the whole situation, I'm not speaking for Joe Budden here, as we could speak with the whole 100 gig situation, clearly he can't just do exactly what he wants. And that's basically what Joseph is saying here. I keep calling this nigga Joseph. Anyways, where was I? Yeah. That a licensing deal means freedom, Budden began. Listening to Joe Budden, even if you don't trust him, it does not. A licensing deal does not mean you have freedom to do whatever the F you want. Actually, it means the exact opposite. It means you keep it. That's the label telling you that you don't, they don't want to be liable for none of your ish. No way. You keep it. That's not where the value is. We're just going to share in this license. And for us to agree to do that, here's what you have to agree to do. And most of the artists cave. That's the negotiating table. I just think a lot of artists and creators are being fooled with the new word tricks. Budden concluded, fans on social media have been having mixed responses to his takes. One wrote, whenever it comes to Joe and his opinion on Drake, I take with a huge grain of... Okay, listen, I understand Joe and Drake have their shit. I mentioned it in the beginning. But I do feel he had, again, he might not be 100% right, but I do feel some of the shit he is saying, yeah, he could be right in. Let's keep it above, bro. Again, you're not independent. You can't 100% do what you want. These niggas do license your shit. They kind of have to be in the know when you're going to drop something. Come on now. Anyways, another countered. He's 100% correct about licensing. You ain't got to believe it, but its facts are facts. Those in the business know. Yeah, Drake signed a deal with Universal back in 2022. Check out Budden's full comments on the situation below. Hey, Britt, listen, go listen to the podcast. But again, I do agree with what Budden is saying, because at the end of the day, bro, yo, if you with these people, you sign a deal with them, whatever, licensing, distribution, whatever it is, right? They have to be kind of in the know. It's like me, right? I'm not signed to a motherfucker. I'm on this YouTube platform. I do have certain freedoms, even though I'm technically not in a contract with YouTube. But can I just go, go stream any album on here? No, I'm going to get a fucking copyright strike. I don't own this shit. Universal or whatever label owns the shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like same with Drake. As much as he has freedom, he's OVO, he's shit, and he got his little masters or whatever have you. He can't just drop it anytime he wants. They kind of have to be in the know. You know, you drop the shit. We're not going to get that much backlash, because it's your shit. You own it. But there's a licensing and splits and all this shit. Yeah. You haven't cleared it with us to drop. We could take your shit down. If that was the case that he had freedom, nobody could take his shit down. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So, hey, we'll see what happens with this again. I don't think he's wrong. Yes, it looks away, Budden always talks about Drake, yada, yada, yada. But again, I don't think he's wrong in this aspect. Well, what do y'all feel? Comments down below. Links in the description. Besides, that's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing out for today. The Black TJ there while I'm doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe. You trying to hit a little bit more to hear me, and I'm gone. Shalom, zoom, peace, gang. Aye.